Alright, so I got another competitive breakdown video for you guys. This one is from MrToastyMan. He is Diamond 2. He's also my buddy. I stole it from him with his permission, sorta. And, yeah, he's playing Ashe. Ashe is one of my favorites. Definitely my favorite tank, so I am going to show no mercy here. Just warning. One thing I want you guys to know about MrToastyMan is that he is a support main. He's put a lot of time into supports. He can play practically all of them besides Pip and Grok. He hasn't really touched those two, but the others he can play really, really well. He's definitely the kind of guy you'd want supporting you. But yeah, in turn, he is kind of a support one-trick. He has his moments on other characters, but the difference in skill and experience between him playing support and him playing the other roles is pretty apparent. So keep that in mind while watching this. Big thing with Ashe, like the first thing, I always fast track COT 3. Like, first thing I get, COT 3, then everything else. So he has COT at the start, that's good. Let's see how this goes. Alright, rushing right onto point, that's fine. Barrack and Torv are getting these angles on him though, and he's gonna get melted. All the damage is focused on him. Makoa isn't helping him take any damage at all. He shoulder bashes out, that's something I do a lot, gets the heal. Now while he's doing this, Makoa should be on the point. And sort of doing a little bit of a tag team strategy. I don't know why he primed his thing there. But yeah, like the thing about like double tank is a good thing to do is to have like one tank on the point, then when they get low they get off and the other one gets on, and they just keep tag teaming like that. You know, and it just makes it more difficult for the enemy to kill them all. Because you don't really need two tanks on the point at all times, just need one. Oh, Cassie got bubbled there, rough stuff. But yeah. See, this is when you should, what happened to the prime there? I guess it got silenced, I don't know. But yeah, that's when you should be using your right click, you know, get people off the point, stop them from getting on it, or to knock them off. Alright, Saris is way out of position here. I don't know if he was getting attacked or not. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his barrier here to stop Cassie from rolling through, so the team's sort of going to die. Biggest problem there, the tank coordination and chemistry was not there. When Toasty here got off, the Makoa just never got on. Makoa is pretty much playing offensively all the time, and they are both offensive tanks. So, you know, they can't both be like always on the offensive. They gotta coordinate here, which wasn't happening. It was not happening. Here he makes a good play. There's no reason to keep on the Cassie when he knows Makoa is there with Saris. Makoa will be able to take her out just fine, so it's a better play to go for the point and get some pressure on there so Shaolin over here doesn't get melted. He is duoed with the Shaolin. Shaolin is Loki, who I was duoed it with in the last competitive breakdown. He was the Makoa. So yeah, okay, the tanks are grouped up now. It looks like Makoa is going off to one-man army alone. I hate when Makoas do that, I really do. It's very dangerous. Hopefully he gets out alive and doesn't like force like a stagger or anything. Right there. You should have barriered when Cassie rolled in, so her arrow shoots the barrier and she doesn't get the cooldown. You could easily kill her. That's why Ashe is like one of the biggest, probably just the best counter to Cassie. Like the other tanks can do it too, but like with Makoa and like Fernando, they put up the barrier, then they have to put it back down. With Ashe, she can just throw it out. Barrack does that too, but Barrack isn't as good as fighting Cassie as Ashe is. I guess with the slug he kind of is, but with Ashe, you know, you can afford to be a little bit off with your shots. So I personally think Ashe is the biggest counter to Cassie. That's who we should be focusing and like barriering a lot to take her out. And Makoa can focus on the Liane. Ashe is a good counter to Liane too, but having to like constantly counter both of them is a lot of pressure and a lot of work. So Makoa could be constantly hooking Liane and stuff like that. Yeah. Where is the Makoa? He overextended through the right and died. Alright. Hopefully this tank play between you two gets a little bit better. It doesn't look like it's gonna though. Also, what is this ult? Okay, I see what you were doing. Believe it or not, guys, ulting in the backline of an enemy as Ashe is actually a really good idea, but it only really works when your other tank is like alive on the point. So they can still hold point pressure so the enemy can't like advance, and so they have to like divide their attention. Because right there you're alone, Cassie just disengaged you and you just got like killed by everybody. Because again, you were the sole tank there. Also, again, no barriering. Willow kind of dies because of that. If you bury your Cassie, you and Willow could have killed her, and then you guys could have focused on Leanne, and then you guys would be in a lot better of a spot here. You don't have to deal with the support, the Torv, and the Barrack. I don't know what Genos is. Genos was hiding too, so you definitely could have had an easier time dealing with both of those tanks. Their comp actually matches up against this one really well, because again, they have the Makoa and the Ashe for Cassie and Leanne, and their tanks, on the enemy team at least, they're both defensive tanks. They aren't good at pushing. But they had no problem here because they just built up momentum. They definitely capitalized on the misplays here. I gotta say the biggest mistake that round was, again, just the poor tank coordination between you two. I know you weren't duoed with this tank specifically. You were duoed again with the Shaolin, of course. But you two could definitely like coordinate something out through like text or something, like in between deaths or whatnot. Again, the whole tag team strategy wasn't there. Yeah, there are definitely some misplays from both of you. And the tanks are like the forefront of a team. They really hold it up even more than a support does. So, just because there's two of them and there's never really two supports. Also, you got Rejuvenate 2. I know you're getting melted, but again, you got a fast track Cot. It's incredibly important. If you can get, like, if you and Makoa can work together better, you'll never need Rejuvenate, especially as an Ashe. Because look at all your health, 5,900. And I know you don't have it in this build. This build he actually imported from some random guy, and it was the only one he had for Ashe here. It doesn't have damage resistance off Shoulder Bash or Shoulder Bash cooldown. After this, he played this game, he did import mine though, so that's better. Another thing, you and Makoa both went right, even though you guys knew that Torv didn't use his ult last round. He never made the ult call out for it, anything like that. There's never a time for him to use it. The only time he could really use it is on that point. So you guys knew he had it, but you went right instead of safely going left. When there's a Torv and you know he has ult, you want to go to the safer side where there isn't a ledge. If you guys would have both went left and attacked from left, you wouldn't have got pushed off. I know you didn't because you had the Shoulder Bash. You just barely got it off in time, but Makoa did. So that point would have went a lot better if both of you would have been on the left and attacked from there. It's a lot safer to attack from there with the Torvald again. You don't have a barrier here, so nothing you can really do about Cassie. It's pretty important to like save your barrier for her, because as you can see, Cassie can just roll through a team on her own. Like a good Cassie can just roll through a team if she doesn't have any, if she isn't being pressured enough. So also you got Haven again, fast track cauterize. The blue items, I gotta say, is probably on the tank specifically is like the last thing I would ever get. I would normally just go like Cot 3, then like Rejuve, or like Chronos or something. Master Riding is a good one too. Master Riding is actually really important, especially on these big maps. Like if you would have got Master Riding over Haven there, it would have been better, even though again, Cot 3, very, very important. You get your ult off here, it's pretty good. Cassie is going to disengage you though, because like when you're ulting alone, there's no one to really, stop, like, there's no one to really take attention, so that when you do get disengaged off, you have that time to live. Because if you get disengaged off and you're alone, you're basically you're dead, because you're not getting any healing and you're getting focused. So protection here, the Willow, you got 2 kills, so you guys are in a really good spot here to hold this. Makoa did just finish ulting though, so you guys are at like both at full health. You can tag out with him in a second. He's getting low. Shaolin's going off in his zone, but he's Shaolin. He invises. He has like 1,300 damage at a stealth, so nothing's gonna happen with him. The Makoa is at full health again, so it is actually a good play to come up here and body block for your tanks, so they can get damage off. Yeah, see, that was great. That was really, really good. Because of you taking the damage and the aggro of those two, Loki there was able to get off a huge damage arrow on Leanne. You guys were able to get that power pick. That's great. That was fantastic. So that was a fantastic play. As a tank, you definitely want to go up, take the aggro, and like body block for your damage dealers and stuff like that, so they can have free reign. The more free reign your damages have, the easier of a time you guys are gonna have. You're playing off Makoa's hooks pretty well too. That's very good as well. Makoa is bailing out. You are giving him that proper cover, I think, but there are people behind you guys, unfortunately. Cassie and Leanne are both back there. This ult, it was, a wasted ult. I'm sure you know that, but I understand completely why you ulted here. There were 3 people around you when you popped it, and you couldn't have expected Loki to have killed 2 of them in, the heat of the moment. So that was kind of unavoidable. You do have Katu now, but it might be too little too late. If you and Makoa attack left this time and not right, so Torv can't ult you, so his ult gets no value, I think you guys can be okay, and you guys can go ahead and cap this point. The game is never over until the defeat or victory screen appears. Never over. Keep that in mind, guys. You can always come back, especially since this game has a comeback mechanic, where if you're down points, you will cap faster. It is a thing. It is definitely a thing. You will cap faster if you are down. I don't know if it's just a point down or 2 points down. I don't know, but here I know it's definitely in effect right now. You guys both rush left with a Torvald ult, so I think I know what's gonna happen here. You guys are safe right here. If you stay here and you go forward and back toward that little barn area on the left, you can definitely survive. But yeah, no. Makoa dies because of this. The fence saved you, but again, now you're the lone tank. Oh no, Willow got Barrack, so you guys may have an opportunity here. You guys did oh, you guys can totally get Torv here too, so you can definitely have an advantage here. Makoa will be back soon, so this point isn't lost. Yeah, all they have left is their damages right now and their support in the back line. And man, I don't know, that Leanne was given free reign. You couldn't barrier the Cassie either because the Cassie wasn't attacking you. The Cassie was playing pretty smart there. So I don't know how you would have gone about that. Yeah, they're bringing out the alts now. It looks like this game is kind of lost. It would have went over smoother again if you guys went left, because then you could have like probably avoided the whole situation, since you both would have been up for the whole round. Because you taking all the damage from like Cassie and Leanne was pretty devastating. Right now you're trying to stay alive all you can, but you guys are heavily staggered. Ducking in and out like of your shield like that, it's definitely a good play. I do that all the time too. Barracks do that a lot as well. It definitely adds survivability, but again, you guys are heavily staggered. There's no way to come back from that. Alright, gotta say, okay, biggest problems here. Lack of caught. You had caught 2 at like what, the last round? That's pretty detrimental. Always focus red cards, guys. Always. If you're a support, again, you can get Chronos and worry about the red cards later. But if you're anything else, damage, tank, flank, focus those red cards. Incredibly important. Incredibly important. Unless the enemy has like some horrible comp with no healer and like barely any shields, you don't have to then. But you know, when people are actually trying to win, you gotta focus those. Again, tank chemistry was really poor between you two. You guys need to coordinate and like communicate that better. He wasn't playing off you. Probably could have mentioned that to him. Again, I can't see if you did because replays don't have like text or stuff. And I know you can't voice chat him if you're in a party with somebody else. It only lets Loki hear you. Which is something they need to fix, honestly. Or add an option to go into like a main chat or something with voice. Man, those were like the big problems. Definitely the Cassie thing too. You weren't really effectively using your barrier to counter Cassie at all. That's something an Ashe, like every Ashe, needs to be able to do as well. So, thanks for this gameplay. This definitely gives a lot of insight to people who are aspiring to play Ashe. There's definitely a lot for me to talk about and go over in this video. So I thought it was a good gameplay for what this, series is supposed to be about and stuff like that. Also, it's going to show his loadout again. He imported it randomly from somebody, and it was the only one he had at the time. He has a better one now. He has mine now, so don't worry about the loadout when I show it. That's pretty much it. If you guys want to send me your replays, you see the ID underneath the defeat screen all the way to the right after the time limit. That ID is what I need. I need that, and I need you guys to tell me your rank and division, because I can't see your division. I think I could see your rank, but not your division at the time. So I need those. You can get the ID by going to your profile, and then going to like match history or something. I think that's where it is. And it saves up to like 20 games. Just give me that ID in the comments. And again, your rank and division, and I will go, I'll look at it. If it's something I feel that people can learn from, I'll definitely put it up, probably. Don't send me stuff of you guys like, like your perfect games, you guys making no mistakes, doing everything right, because nobody can really learn from that. Like if you're stomping 4-0, there's nothing I can really teach from that, you know? Um, I'm not saying send me something where you get utterly stomped, but you know, this is a okay example, and like my last one, the Leanne one, where I was doing really bad at the start and really well at the end. That's a good example too. I just need something where I could go over mistakes and you know teach people off of. You know. So if you have any of those, I'll take it from any rank. I really don't care which. Whether it be bronze or grandmaster, I don't care. I don't think I could teach the grandmaster anything though. I really don't think so. So you know, it doesn't matter what rank you are. Send it in if you're feeling confident enough. I won't roast you. I'm just trying to help. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.